What's going on, YouTube world? This is Mathas StarCraft, and I'm actually here with another Mathas versus the ladder. I plan on getting one out much earlier than this, but as life holds it, I couldn't because of certain family issues, but that's neither here nor there. Now, I did promise you one versus a guy, Terran primarily, who uses Mass Marine only, and I want to show you the power of Banelings against it, but it was kind of a long game, and I wanted to get one up where I didn't have to, split it in two. And then, not to saying this game is like only 5 minutes long, but it's a good game. It was worth watching again, and definitely worth posting. I know I haven't put a lot of Mathis versus ladders up, so my opponent is a red Protoss. He's going to be, you'll see where I find him in a bit. It was a big map, and I wanted to scout it over here. My original plan was going to be 15 hatch if he didn't spawn close to air positions, and I quickly realized he didn't, so I do continue to go with my 15 hatch plan. Otherwise, I would have 14 pooled, 15 hatched. I've also have a huge bonus pool that I need to get rid of. By huge, it's only like 100, not a little under 100. But since the ladder is going to be locking soon, and I haven't played as much as I wanted to, I wanted to empty it and try to get into platinum ASAP. And I've been facing a lot of platinum players, and I've been winning a lot, so I'm hoping to be platinum soon. I've been primarily working on keeping my gas low, making sure I get gas, only one gas at around 16 food, and then grabbing my other gas around the mid-20s to early 30s mark. There's a probe I see, so he's going to be scouting me first. Doesn't really tell me where he is. Actually, the fact that he's there, I was thinking bottom left, but it really doesn't tell me too much. There goes my 15 hatch. Now I'm going to be spending my money before I'm going to do 15. I do 15 hatch 15 pool. I don't do 15 hatch 14 pool. I want to get that extra drone out there, and on a big map like this where I know he's not close air, I figure that's safe to do is to grab that extra drone. So I do 15 hatch. I am going to leave the production tap. I do a little sad face there because it was saying he was going to disconnect, and as much as I don't mind free wins, I much prefer to win my wins and have a good game. So that's why I did a little sad face. I do let this probe in here a little too long. He does get a very good scout, but I don't feel comfortable pulling off all my drones for this just to take him out. There are a few opportunities where I could have attempted to get him, but I should have. And there we go. I find him there. I get a decent scout off. He's nothing special that I don't see. I see a cyber core with a one gateway block for blocking the ramp for early speedlings, but as you can see, I'm getting a late gas, and my pool's not even popped yet, and now I'm getting people in the gas immediately. So I don't go for super fast speedlings on big maps because I'm much more of a macro-oriented player. There is a zealot out right now, but and I have my overlord popping over there. I should have put him in a better place, but he's actually going to get me some very useful information momentarily, as you'll see. I do have a queen out on the way for my main, and I should have a queen in my natural soon. And there's a zealot. I think he's gonna. I figure my first thought is he's gonna zealot rush me. I see a zealot just booking it out, so I think I grab a couple extra zerglings. Yeah, I do. And I grab a spine crawler. And now I notice my overlord's getting hit, so he went very fast stalker. So my first assumption is he's gonna attempt to 4-gate me. I have got about a minute 30 at this point before I have to worry about the 4-gate really hitting me. Since the 4-gate doesn't hit till around the 6-minute mark now, but he did take out that overlord, which did set me back a little bit. So I have an overput. I had an overlord getting ready to pop out. I'm still gonna need it. Either way, he did set me back just a little bit by getting that free overlord kill, which is 100 minerals that I need to reinvest in a new overlord. And I figure he's going 4-gate, so now I need to get my spine crawlers up and running as soon as I can. I have one. I'm going to move it. Again, it has to go off creep, but I better get it down there sooner rather than later. So he is moving. I've got 2 queens out now. I believe 2 queens out, particularly in a cab. No, only 1 queen. I've got my second queen out coming now. Again, she's late because I had to reinvest in an extra overlord, and I do have speedling upgrade coming. Again, it's late speedling, but I'm feeling a bit more comfortable with some speedlings on the ground and spine crawlers at my natural. I'm droning up a bit. And I'm expecting the 4-gate at any minute. I'm going to do some scouting. There is the probe, so I figure he's probably dropped a proxy pylon, and there it is. I catch it just as it's coming out, so I'm able to stave off. I feel like I'm able to stave off things as early as I can. And even if he decides to attack me, I'm going to, which he does do, yeah, he's warping into things, I'm going to ignore that, and I figure take out the pylon before worrying about anything else, because if I could take out the pylon's 100 minerals that he wasted, he's going to need to reinvest if he wants to have reinforcements, and I don't know if I take a look, he has killed a couple zerglings, so it was worth it. I am going to be dropping now. Ooh, frame rate drop randomly. What is it? What when I pop that up? Bizarre. So let's see if I can fix that. Okay, so that seemed to have fixed it. So, yep, I'm popping out more Zerglings. I'm expecting a push any minute. I feel like I've delayed his push just a little bit because I was able to get that pylon before anything has gone, and my speedling upgrade just popped. So, I'm feeling a bit more comfortable. I know my Roach Warren's on the way, and if I can get Roaches out, I have been stockpiling gas. I never took that out. He is just warping in now, a few units. Mostly sentries. Now, that tips me off. Sentries for 4-gate never happens. So my next assumption is he either 2-gate, he was doing a 2-gate pressure, but with a proxy pylon, chances are he wasn't 2-gate pressuring, he probably 3-gated me, and went to expansion with the sentries. So I feel like I'm going to pop out a bunch of Roaches. He's still probably going to push. The Force Fields and the Guardian Shields are really going to affect me, so I need to get Roaches out ASAP. I've got my 3rd Queen now to start spreading that creep. I need to get that creep out there, and because of this, because I spent a lot of money on army, he is going to have delayed my expansion. Here he is poking up, seeing what I've got, and I see a lot of sentries. 5 sentries, I think I saw. And a few stalkers and a few zealots. So he did see my Roaches. He did pull back to regroup, and I think I'm going to force the encounter here. I need to do as much damage as I can, so he feels uncomfortable doing that. I've got my layer tech going up now. I'm going to pull my Roaches back. I didn't do too much damage. I kind of wasted a little bit of a push there, but I've got more Roaches on the way, and if I can encounter him here, I'll be much more comfortable encountering him here. And I'm going to pull back to the Spine Crawlers. He's not going to really push against Spine Crawlers because 2 Spine Crawlers and Roaches are really going to do some damage. I had them on hold position. I need to pull them a little bit back, and yeah, he's going to pull back there. So I'm feeling a little bit of pressure. I feel like I need to get more army out and make some... I feel like he's wasting a lot of his economy on troops as well. Like, he needs to continue pushing. And if he has 3-gated me, and into expand, then he's wasting a lot of his minerals on army, though I'm wasting a bit more. And as you can see, I'm hitting about the 10-minute mark, and I still have not even come close to getting my 3rd up. And now I'm basically gonna focus fire the sentries because they are gonna do the most damage against my Roaches by force fielding. If I can get rid of most of the sentries, I'll be fine because they won't be able to force field me anymore. And my Roaches will quickly clean up the stalkers, especially on creep. And he's actually gonna pull back here, but he's actually gonna lose the sentry because for some reason it like attacked. Not quite sure what he had going there. And now I'm going to pop out a bunch of Zerglings, and I feel like I'm going to need to, I need to drone up. If we take a look at units tab, he's actually ahead of me in probe count, which is not where I want to be, but I'm still feeling pretty good. I feel like I'm able to push back. Whatever he was doing is 3-gate pressure, and he's going to need to pull back and re-probe up. Now, again, he's ahead of me, but he doesn't have that much probes. And I'm getting the speed and for my Roaches, because off creep they're kind of useless without that speed, and I'm going to come in and grab this Zelnaga Watchtower. I've got gas going down. If I feel like I'm going to go heavy Roaches, I'm going to need to start knocking down this wall because I'm just hit the 11-minute mark, and I still don't have a 3rd up, and that's not good. If you see, my mineral count is going really high because I'm not able to keep the larva count down to feed that. The gas count is a little bit on the low side there. He says something. I'm not quite sure what he's saying, and I'm building a bunch more drones there because I need to make sure I keep my mineral count down. Now I'm going to push in, see what he's got. I see a lot of stalkers, so I feel like I can do some damage, but he cleans up my Zerglings very, very nicely. And instead of pulling my Roaches back right away, I only lose 1 Roach and kill off one of his pylons, which, if you can see, actually did some decent damage there. It set his food back, but I'm not sure if it was worth the sacrifice of those Zerglings. And now you can see he's got a Robo Bay going down. I don't know this. I wasn't able to get a good scout off, but I got my creep spreading out towards the middle. I need to keep that going, and I've got my layer tech up, and now I'm not sure. I think I only have 1 guy in one of my gases, which I'm actually just noticing now, which is actually bad of me in my natural. But what are you going to do? And I'm losing saturation here because I've built some buildings. So things are looking a little bit worse for wear for me personally, but what are you gonna do? I get the creep tumor spreading up there. Get some creep spread, and we'll see what happens. I've got the middle kind of secured. Things are at the lull. I've got a Hydrogen going down because I see he's going primarily. From what I've seen, he's only got gateway units right now. And if he does grab Immortals, which you can see he's grabbing right now, a Roach Hydra mix can take care of it pretty easily. So now I'm going to grab my natural, my 3rd, and you can see, I don't realize this, but my drone's got some terrible pathing. Because of that, those rocks are there. For some reason, it takes a long route, and it's a little bad for me because I realized, oh, motherfucker, stupid guy decided to take the long route, so now I gotta resend him, which is time wasted. I am clearing out that gold for preparation and taking it because I am behind right now. And if we take a look at the units tab, we are. I think he's 2 ahead in the work account, which for a Zerg, that is not where you want to be. You need to be significantly ahead, especially at this point in the game, as far as worker goes. But I've got a huge roach army. I'm ready to do some. I think I'm going to push in a bit, or at least he's going to push or something. There's going to be some sort of some meeting in the middle here, and I keep my creep spread going. I've got creep all the way to my third for the most part now. And I'm going to push up, check if he's taking the gold, and the fact that he hasn't makes me feel good because I feel like I'm going to be able to securely grab. I'm going to poke in here, see what he's got, and I see Immortals and Stalkers, and I decide I'm going to push here, do some damage, see what I can do, and then I see the Colossus just popped out, so I need to pull back. I don't need to lose all my roaches now. If I lose my roaches here, it's going to be game for me. I don't have the armor to back it up. In fact, I'm just only got a few buildings and a couple Hydras. But I'm keeping my mineral count low. My gas is still a little high, but that's because I don't have a lot of workers. My mistake. I should have been continuously building workers, but I was wrong and I didn't. But he is kind of poking up here. I need to pull back, especially my queen. I don't need to lose that queen right there. That queen is important for my creep spread. I'm going to let these guys go. I think about pulling them, but I'm not. I'm going to let them keep working at it because they're not going to do too much, especially against the Colossus. They're going to be quickly wiped out. And now I've got a big army about to spawn, more roaches, a bunch of Hydras have just poked out here, and the creep is up the middle right to where his army is, so I'm going to be able to get up there with my Hydras. Again, I'm feeling pretty comfortable, and now I see the size of the army, how small it is, and if I can focus fire with the enemy, the Colossus and stuff, it's going to be over. And here comes he loses a Stalker there. I'm going to push up. I'm definitely going to force the encounter here because he is in the retreat, and he's going to spawn some reinforcements, but not before I focus the Colossus down. And there he goes. There goes the Colossus. Now I'm going to focus down the Immortals. Another Colossus is joining the fray, but not before I'm able to kill this Colossus. And if he loses his army, I'm going to be able to push very nicely. And I've been focus firing down certain units, and now I'm going to be taking this out, and I'm going to be going for the Stalkers, and there he leaves the game. So nice quick game there for you guys. His 3-gate push was he decided to too heavily invest in that 3-gate push, and that kind of hurt him economically. And allowed me to kind of play catch up. If he had just done that original push and then pulled back, it didn't kind of force those sentries and kept those sentries alive. And when I made that original push there to when I took out a few of his units, took out that pylon, and had those sentries to force field my roaches, he would have been in a much better position. But since he kind of sacked them and I focused them down and they weren't able to get away, it kind of put me in a much better position. It forced him to turtle into his base for a bit and allowed me to kind of catch up and get ahead as far as the army count goes. So this will be another Mathas versus Ladder for you. Check out my Terraria replays, and guys, subscriptions. I don't want to bug you for them, but if you're watching my videos and you are enjoying them, please subscribe. It really helps me out. It just takes 2 seconds, and it doesn't hurt you, and it helps me. So I would appreciate it, guys, and I hope to see you next cast.